Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 2 of season 4 of the Battleship Brawl. This episode, we once again have the HMS Overlord by Thompson. Hold up. There we go. Get it to load in properly. The gauges aren't filled out on the guns yet, but, you know, so be it. We already got to look at this ship pretty well in the last episode, so I'm just going to give a quick little flyby overview of it. And that will be facing off against the BB4E02 Tennessee by Ferrum 4, which is another very nice looking ship. A little catapult launched plane with a crane in the back there. Even one on top of the turret here, which is interesting. These little, you know, anti-air guns. Pretty nice looking ship. Like the conning tower. Looks like you could actually walk around in this thing. You've got stairs. Looks pretty much fully walkable, at least on the outside. Maybe not inside, I don't know. Well, there's definitely doors, so, you know, that's pretty cool. The crow's nest type thing up here. I don't know if it has a different name for a ship like this. That's what it reminds me of on, like, sailing ships. What are those blocks? What are these that allow that shaping? Huh. I have no idea how he did that. Looks cool. It might be some spin block shenanigans, looks like. Oh, well, for something that's purely aesthetics, even if, like, it looks like it might involve some form of, like, clipping or something, I'm not sure, but for purely aesthetic purposes, like, it's fine. It just looks cool. It doesn't actually do anything for the ship. Besides, you know, being blocks to shoot, but, you know. Is there an actual path to get up into this thing? I'm curious now. I think this is supposed to be like the ladder that you would climb up to get in it. Anyway, enough staring at that part. We've got smokestacks. Is this actual exhaust, or no, just smoke generators? Got a, you know, the whole double funnel here. Got some cranes. A lot of little details on this ship too. A bit smaller than the Overlord. It has significantly fewer guns as well. 4 tri-barrel turrets. Oh, that's supposed to be the anchor chain. Got it. I was wondering what that was for a second. Yeah, anchor chain. That's cool. The nice bow. Very nice looking ship. I like it. It's a shame, you know, it's about to get blown, or have holes blown in it. Don't know if it'll get blown into pieces. Where did the Overlord go? There it is. Lost track of what direction I was supposed to be facing because it's using a spawn stick to spawn at a certain angle rather than you know, just spawning in facing or full broadside, so I lost track of things. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this battle underway. Shots immediately firing from the Overlord, but the Tennessee has to get its guns aimed because it's not its guns don't start out facing the enemy. But that also makes it a lot more likely to dodge those first volleys because it's, you know, accelerating and turning. So the Overlord's first shots are missing. But the Tennessee's return fire, because the Overlord's basically just sailing straight into the battle to start with, are landing and doing some damage. Oh, it did hit a gun. I was going to say it didn't do anything overly deadly, but it did seem to knock out this turret there. Got more shells raining in. Those shells not as successful as the first volley. Do have a nice hole on the side of the Overlord here, though. Let's go check on the Tennessee. Still at 100%. Looks like it just took its first hit. Yeah, oh, those are gonna hit. Those got deep too. And those got so deep that we don't even see the result of the explosion from the outside. But didn't do a whole lot of actual damage. Like the Tennessee's still at 99.6%. This thing is taking the hits and just rolling with it. Not caring. Already repaired the holes from the outside. Just got some internal damage. Oof. Okay, I cared about that one. That one did some damage to the turret, unless those barrels were already sheared off and I just missed it. Entirely possible. But round 4 always brings pretty strong ships to these things. Very powerful vessels. Rome is a talented builder in this game, for sure. Oh. But the thing that could ruin the Tennessee just happened. It lost 25% of its armament by taking that hit. And if the Overlord can do that to the other guns... Ooh! Wait, what the heck was... Oh, that's the turret. I thought it blew off this turret, but the turret was still there, but it was the front turret pieces falling off. Yeah, those shells from the Overlord get real deep in there. We don't even see the explosion when they go off. So they are definitely banging on the internals, but man, the Overlord is not faring well against these guns. These tri-barrel guns on the Tennessee are doing some serious damage to the Overlord. It's down to 82% already. It's only 2 minutes into the battle. The Overlord's going to need to knock out a couple more turrets if it wants to have any chance of pulling this back. But with it having only 2 of its... What, does it have 8 turrets? And only 2 of them are still fully functional, and 1 seems to be like half functional. It's going to have some issues. And the Tennessee is putting a brutal beatdown on the Overlord this match. Taking some hits to the superstructure and the funnels and such there. Nothing too deadly. Ooh, those are headed straight for the turret! Ooh, it either didn't hit the turret or the turret actually managed to survive the hit. I think it didn't actually hit the turret. It must have hit somewhere else. But yeah, the Tennessee it keeps getting hit amidships here. And it is not caring about getting hit there at all. It just does not care. It takes those hits there and just keeps on trucking. Though it burned through all of its resources already. It is oof, that's a good hit. It is officially out of materials to repair with, but it has survived long enough that the Overlord is just a wreck. There is not much left of it, and it's quite possibly it's very close to getting itself an 80% in sinking despawn. If it loses much more in the way of buoyancy, it will definitely be done. But it is very much in the danger zone, down to 69% health. It's just flooded, and so many blocks ripped away. It's been badly damaged. And now that the Tennessee has no more materials to repair with, that damage is sticking. Just littered with holes there. I think the Overlord might have really high kinetic, but not a whole lot of high explosive damage in those shells. Because, like I said, they're getting in here. I'm gonna pause this real quick because I want to take a look. They get in here, but they don't really do much damage. So, I mean, there's some. It's mostly open space in here. It turns out. Interesting. But it doesn't seem like the Overlord shells are just not affected. Like, it's landing shots, but it's just not doing any serious damage. Did it just shoot itself, or did it? No, it kind of shot over the shoulder of its turret, I think. Oh, now it's taking hits on the left side as well, which is like the only side that still has some buoyancy left in it. The question at this point is whether it despawns for 2 damaged or 80% in sinking. It's actually getting disqualification time, so it must be 80% in sinking. Oh yeah, the Overlord is not doing so well. I'm not terribly surprised. I mean, it is facing a Ram 4 ship. Extremely powerful ship here. Overlord picked up a few more seconds of DQ time, down to 55.5%. This next volley will probably finish it. Shells crossfiring past each other. And there we go, the Overlord is 54%. The Tennessee surviving with 96% of its hit points left. Before its enemy is defeated. And the Tennessee's guns are kind of brutal. Like, they hit hard. They only lost one turret that battle, and that's probably why the Overlord lost, because it lost a lot more. So we'll go ahead and go into round 2 here. Get the camera in position, and away we go. You hear my dog barking in the background. Something's going on. Bark, 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 bark. Well, looks like the Overlord actually managed to tag the stern of the Tennessee there. Tennessee's return volley, though, is going right down the middle of the ship. Just raking it with those powerful cram shells. And, yep, it took down a turret again. Very first volley. Overlord taking a few more hits, and another turret bites the dust. This one is also damaged, so I think the left barrel and the center barrel there will still function. The Overlord's issue is the not starting broadside. Like, if it could bring all of those guns to bear immediately, I think that would be a big difference. The Tennessee is getting ample time to get some free shots in. Let's see how the Tennessee is doing. It's at 99.2%. It's doing just fine. The Overlord is just really enjoying landing its shells amidships, and there isn't anything important there. Like, it's mostly just empty space. Those shells are detonating and just blowing up some wooden compartmentalization blocks. There's nothing there. Ooh, that turret just took a shot directly to the face, though. But it seems to have survived. I think it connected with the that heavy armor there, and it didn't get hurt. May have actually gone straight down the barrel partially, and the explosion wasn't enough to take. Oh, Corin! This turret takes a hit. Oh, the seaplane gets knocked off. That's destroyed. But dang, the Overlord's down to 83% already again. Not even 2 minutes in. Tennessee is just like, here, have some shells. They hurt a lot. Just blowing holes all over the Overlord. Like, utterly decimating this ship with a significantly smaller armament. And it's even like it's a really strong set of guns here. Still a really good looking ship too. It's a nice little slugfest. And I have to say, I do kind of like how the Tennessee takes those hits and just doesn't care. Ah! Blasting me in the face with those guns. Like, normally you see a ship take a hit in that sort of area right here, and you would go in, and this would be like the engine room, and oh, there's a fancy ACB computer in there. You know, you'd be hitting some important stuff hitting a ship in that area, but there's not all that much there. I feel like Thompson's guns also, I'm not sure, but it seems to me like they focus more on their kinetic damage and not on their HE, because they penetrate in there just fine. I mean, granted, there's not a whole lot of armor, but then the explosions don't really seem to do much, even though there are, you know, like there's not a lot of armor in there is what I'm trying to say. It's just mostly wood and stuff, and yet like the shells still don't really do that much damage. Man, the Overlord is down to 66%. Its superstructure is just falling off, getting utterly shredded. And the real question is, like, the shells keep going to the midship area. Like, it's not really, like, they're not really trying to aim anywhere else. Oh man, poor Overlord. It's just, there's... Yeah. There's not much to say other than ouch. Just ouch. Overlord probably won't survive more than like 2 more volleys. Unless, you know, it aims at the bow and misses a bunch. Then it might survive. Overlord is mostly underwater. It's barely staying afloat at this point. It has managed to launch a few shells, but I don't think they're going to land. Oh, maybe? Nope. One fell too short, the other went too far. The Tennessee just sails through an arc of its foe's missed shells. Oh, and then right there, right at the end, was that a turret hit that I just saw? Ah, I can't see anything! No, it was not a turret hit. It hit in the bow there, which quickly gets repaired. And there she goes. The Overlord is despawning, so that is the end of this battle. So Faram 4 and his Tennessee earning an overwhelming victory this time around. The first round was a little bit closer, but the Overlord did not stand a chance against the Tennessee. That was a slaughter. Slaughter. So yeah, folks, thanks for watching. If you want to join in and have a conversation with people who participate in these tournaments, or you have any questions or anything, I'll have the Discord links down in the down in the description. You can come join us. It'll be fun. I also have my Patreon set up. So if you want to support me, help me do more of these videos, that'd be awesome. Even get you a shiny, special colored roll on Discord. And as mentioned in the previous videos, the Overlord and the Tennessee will have links to their Google Forms survey thing for the Hall of Beauty voting. Those will also be down in the description, so make sure you vote for these ships. You don't have to do it right yet. You can still do it. The voting will be open until 1 week past their retirement. But, you know, if you think it deserves it now, then go ahead and give the vote now. But be forewarned, you can't change it later. So, you know, make sure you believe that this thing deserves it before you give it the yes vote. And if you don't think it ever will, then give it a no vote. You know, for either of the ships. That's going to continue to be the theme for every battle. Both the combatants will have those linked in the description. But, you know, for now, that's all there is. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.